NASA's time experiment allowed a woman to stay in the ground for 130 days. What happened? Time is calculated using a reference system that is changed by the external environment. Some people believe time is factual, while others feel it is fiction. NASA allowed a lady to live underground for 130 days as part of a time experiment in 1989. Stefania Follini is a member of the Follini family. She is an interior designer with strong personality characteristics and self-discipline. Dr. Maurizio Montalbini picked her from among the 20 candidates to be a participant in a psychological experiment. The experiment's objective. In reality, the purpose of this experiment was to investigate human sense of time in long-term isolation while also collecting hormonal balance, sleep patterns, and other related data from research participants. Site of experimentation. Follini is the first person in history to be completely isolated from the rest of the world. She stayed in a room 30 feet, or 9.14 meters below the Earth, and researchers could see her in real time. Follini also submitted blood and urine samples for testing to the outside world. Process of experimentation. On January 13, 1989, Follini was transferred underground and found herself in a relatively regular working and sleeping environment. However, after a few days, Follini's concept of time became confused, and her work and relaxation periods became irregular. For example, she once hadn't slept for 25 hours in a row, but was unaware of it since she thought she was working and resting properly.
It is very difficult for me to remember if I did something an hour ago or a month ago.
Follini came out on May 22, 1989. Everyone welcomed her with open arms.
Wow, man,
I love the sun. It is beautiful.
When asked what she wanted to do right now, she said, "I'm hoping to travel a long distance today and then decide what I want to do." What was the outcome of the experiment? Follini's weight had decreased by 17 pounds, approximately 7.7 kilograms, after 130 days, and her physiological function has been significantly weakened, including the disappearance of her monthly menstruation cycle. Follini's immune system, muscle strength, and calcium levels in her bones have all been damaged, yet her attention has much improved. The experiment indicated that persons who are isolated for a longer length of time are unable to experience reality on a regular basis and will be extremely unhappy as a result, but it does not prove that time is an illusion or fiction. Furthermore, the data collected can be used as a reference for future human space missions. Thus, this experiment is not as uninteresting as it looks, such as landing on Mars. Astronauts must be known to the individuals. Similarly, spending a long time in a spaceship will put you in a similar situation. Ms. Follini had carried English textbooks with her and had clearly learned some of the languages while imprisoned. "I feel fantastic," she informed the crowd, then smiled and replied, "Sure," when asked whether she would do it again. In addition, Follini's condition worsened as a result of her irregular work and relaxation schedule. When the experiment reached the 130th day, the researchers were forced to suspend the experiment, which had been set for 210 days. Furthermore, researchers communicated with Ms. Follini first through computer communications and later over the intercom to announce the experiment's end. "Are you serious?" she said through the computer, which was linked to a home mobile above the ground. In the next few weeks, Ms. Follini was exposed to a variety of tests as doctors tried to figure out what happened to her body and mind during her 4 months and 10 days underground. She spoke briefly with other Italian researchers before adding that when she first heard Mr. Montalbini's voice, the impression she had was like when the alarm clock goes off in the morning, according to interpreter Rita Fraschini. According to Dr. John DeFrance, an assistant professor at the medical school, she will also meet with experts from the University of Texas Medical School in Houston on Memorial Day for an electroencephalogram or brain scan and performance tests. Dr. DeFrance's team will place sensors on her skull while she does computerized tests of mental ability and attentiveness. They conducted identical tests when Miss Fellini was underground, but Houston researchers will be able to see how particular parts of her brain operate while she is solving problems. According to experts, the same tests will be repeated in 6 months. Other scientists will monitor her immune system, bones, muscles, and coordination. So that was it for today's video, and if you find it useful, hit the like button. For more videos, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get any updates from our channel.